So stocks are looking incredible today, but the only way that they're looking incredible for you is if you bought the bottom. And if you bought the dip, then things are looking good. But how do you know when to buy the dip? If things have been in a downtrend for many, many days, technical analysis only tells you so much. But if you look at the insiders, then you can actually see what's going on. I want to show you an example through this Gekko app. There's a free 7-day trial. You can use my referral link, which is gekko.app/Connor. If you go in here to Sleep Number, no one was looking at this. They had no idea what was going on from a technical analysis perspective. All they see is a downtrend for days and days and days, bad earnings, etc., etc. No one wants to touch it. But if you go in here to this Gekko app, this was at over 90 for accumulation, showing that many people were accumulating this on the way down. And so it was showing it as a short-term buy. And so what did I do? I bought it right here at $1.25. And now it's at a whopping $2.21. Now, the move that I took was this, because you never know how high it's going to go. But I got 26% out of it. And behold, it's still climbing today. So this is proof that this app is incredible for finding good buys and short-term gains. And what you can do with this app, which is pretty incredible, is you go to this backtest feature and you can see the win rate for certain strategies. If you want to go long, you choose long, backtest, and it gives you a win rate, profit target. And then if you want the optimal one, then you just click optimal and it'll increase your win rate and you can apply it to the amount that you want to buy. So say you want to just pay $1,000 into that stock. And then you apply this there. Well, it's going to tell you to take profit at $2.28 and put your stop loss at $1.72. Now it's a little too late to get into here, but you see my point of it triggered the buy at a perfect time. And if you had bought it at the lows, you would have gotten the 35% gain, at least. If you had held it, then you'd be even higher up. You'd be 75% up right now, which if you put $1,000 in, you know, you've got 750 bucks right there. Or if you put 100 in, you get 75 bucks. This is a cheap stock, $2 at the time, $1.25. So that was an incredible find on the Gekko app. And what you can do is this changes every 15 minutes. It continually updates. But you can find what people are selling, what people are buying and accumulating. And then you can look at those tickers and where they're at the technical side, look at their earnings, all of that. You can also look at a heat map of the different sectors and how they performed. You can look at the Gekko index score, whether it's a good time to accumulate. And you can look at it from a daily, weekly, you can look at all these performance metrics. You can look at themes. You can look at rotation and find the different rotations that are taking place. Right now you see energy is leading and financials are lagging. And then there's all these things in between. But it has these different sections of leading, weakening, lagging, and improving. And then you can see forecasts where it takes into account different news and how that affects the market. And the rotation as well, you can look at cross assets. So you can look at Bitcoin, how IBIT's performing, crude oil, silver, gold, And you can gauge the market based on these continually updated things. You can look at smart money from insiders and what they're buying. Nike seems to be popular. You can look at these upcoming hedge funds and what they're accumulating. You can look at billionaires, what they're accumulating, Berkshire Hathaway. And you can actually use this to gauge what to buy. So if the GI score is higher, then these ones could be accumulated. That could be a strategy that you use, is to buy anything that's above 60 or even above 70 if you want to be more conservative. And then it even tracks whale trades. Let me show you one more chart because I think this is a good example. If we go to snow, this is something that wasn't on people's radar. But you see, from a technical analysis perspective, it's just in a downtrend, and it's been in a downtrend on this 4-hour chart. So you could, from a technical analysis perspective, just buy the bottom here, right when it's getting close to here, you could buy. But you could get greater assurance by looking at the earnings, by seeing whether it's being accumulated. And so that's why I chose to buy this company, and now it's up 10% for me, is because the accumulation was way up here at 82.5. And lo and behold, that was the low. Now you can look historically as well. This was a good buy accumulation. And you can even change these out in different ways as well. So you can overlay or you can put them separate from each other if you don't like the look of that. And of course you can zoom in and out, get more specific. But snow was a great accumulation at that level. You can see I got it right at 125. Now it's already up quite a bit. And so a strategy, now it's up 12%. But another strategy you could use is to sell when things get closer to 40. Because what's that showing? It's showing that there's distribution happening. And the last time there was distribution on Oracle, for example, when it got down to 36, that was the top. That was the exact top. Now, you can't guarantee the top, but you can use this as a tool to de-risk your portfolio, to actually have an idea of when to buy, when to sell, and all that, which is really what we need if we're trying to time the market, is some kind of metric. And I do recommend using it in conjunction with other technical analysis, like looking at the RSI, looking at whether it's oversold, overbought. But as far as what insiders are doing, whether it's actually being accumulated, whether there's some actual volume behind these tickers and what the news is and what the insiders are doing, we need to know that information as traders because a lot of times these people dictate where the market goes. So to actually have a strategy that uses this is incredible. So if you want to try this for free for 7 days, go to gekko.app/Connor. Try it out. Leave a comment if you have any questions about this. And let me know if you want to see more tickers. I could do more of these videos and show you some of these Gekko plays uh, every day or every few days, every week, and just give you an update of how this app is doing. So thanks for watching. If you stayed to the end, then you're serious about trading. Have a good day. Have a good rest of your week.